Great cities are built on strong connections, and Dallas is ready to prove it once again. For over 40 years, leaders and communities have been planning a project that could transform mobility across North Texas. Now, the wait is finally over. The DART Silver Line is here. This isn't just a new train. It's an investment in the future of the region. In today's Great Trainspeed, we'll dive into how this project will redefine Dallas and its surrounding communities. So, what exactly is the DART Silver Line? The DART Silver Line, also known as the historic Cotton Belt Rail Corridor, is a 26-mile double-track commuter rail project now under development in the Dallas-Fort Worth region. Managed by Dallas Area Rapid Transit, the line will stretch from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport all the way to Shiloh Road in Plano. Along its route, it will serve 10 new regional stations, directly linking 7 fast-growing North Texas cities. The corridor itself is highly engineered, containing more than 40 major structures ranging from bridges to specialized substructures. North Texas has experienced rapid economic and population growth, creating unprecedented demand for mobility. The Silver Line is designed as a major response linking employment centers, residential districts, and key destinations with dependable commuter service. By 2040, weekday ridership is projected to reach 11,200 passengers with nearly 210,000 jobs located within a half-mile of the corridor. Equally important is how the Silver Line integrates with the wider regional network. It will connect with the Red Line at City Line Bush and 12th Street, the Green Line at downtown Carrollton, and the Orange Line at DFW Airport. At DFW North, passengers will also be able to transfer to Tex Rail, while the airport's Skylink People Mover ensures seamless access between terminals. Together, these links create a unified system, advancing DART's core goals of improving mobility, reducing car dependence, and supporting sustainable growth across the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. In overall, the project seemed quite promising, with several benefits it's bring, and recent a huge update has been proposed, so what exactly it is? And if you find this topic interesting, just hit the subscribe button so you will not miss any update about World of Train on our channel. After nearly 45 years of waiting, the DART Silver Line is finally set to open on October 25th, a moment many in North Texas have long dreamed of. This launch represents a milestone in regional mobility and a turning point for a fast-growing metropolitan area that is expected to soon become the third largest region in the United States. The Silver Line introduces a fleet of modern rolling stock designed not only for function, but also for style and comfort. Each train boasts a bright yellow lower body, sleek silver-gray upper panels, and a bold blue accent sweeping along the sides, creating an aerodynamic profile that signals progress and modernity. The DART logo, the Texas state flag, are proudly displayed, while the word Silver Line stretches above the windows as a symbol of identity and pride. Wide windows give passengers sweeping views of the city, while the coupled cars form a long consist built to handle the demands of regional travel. The line itself will be bridging communities in a way that highways simply cannot. An end-to-end trip will take just 60 minutes, offering a reliable alternative to traffic congestion that has long defined travel across the metro area. But this achievement comes with mixed emotions. While the Silver Line opens, DART has also announced service cuts elsewhere, sparking debate about whether the agency is moving in the right direction. DART's leadership has warned that, at a time when population growth is surging, North Texas needs to be expanding, not cutting, public transit. This contrast makes the Silver Line's debut both a triumph and a reminder of the challenges that lie ahead. For daily riders, and for those still undecided, here's one more detail that might just capture your attention, especially if you live nearby or plan to ride in the future. The operational details matter as much as the symbolism. The Silver Line will run from 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day, with trains every 30 minutes during peak weekday hours and every 60 minutes at other times and on weekends. A one-way trip will cost just $3 for a 3-hour pass or $6 for an all-day pass, matching DART's light rail fares with adjustments during major events to keep crowds moving smoothly. For many commuters, this means finally having a dependable, affordable, and modern option for traveling between Plano, Richardson, Carrollton, Addison, and the DFW airport. And now comes the question on everyone's mind. Was the 45-year wait worth it? For some, the Silver Line feels like a monumental leap forward, proof that North Texas can dream big and deliver on bold promises. For others, the long wait and the simultaneous service cuts temper the excitement. But one thing is certain, the Silver Line is here, and it will change how people move across the metro area. So, what do you think? Type 1 for yes or 0 for no. We're eager to hear your perspective. So, what do government officials actually say about this news? Do they see it as a milestone worth celebrating, or as just another step in a long process? How do leaders balance the excitement of launching a long-awaited project with the tough realities of tight budgets and competing priorities? And most importantly, what message are they sending to the public and to future riders about the role this new line will play in the region's growth? Speaking at the State of the Agency event, DART President and CEO Nadine Lee emphasized the symbolic and practical importance of this long-awaited service. She described the Silver Line as clear proof that the Dallas-Fort Worth region can dream big, work through challenges, and deliver even bigger on our policies. For Lee, the project represents a promise fulfilled to riders after decades of anticipation. She highlighted that the Silver Line is not simply about connecting stations, but about expanding opportunity, making commutes easier, unlocking access to jobs, and laying the groundwork for sustained economic growth under the theme Discover New Horizons. At the same time, Lee openly acknowledged the difficult fiscal environment in which this expansion is being delivered. With a $1.8 billion budget strained by inflation, higher fuel costs, and rising service expenses, DART faced tough financial choices. Originally, the agency considered $60 million in cuts, a figure that sparked widespread concern. More than 200 residents spoke at a July hearing, and as a result, DART scaled back the reductions to $25 million. Lee explained that this decision reflected the voices of the community, noting that the agency made a conscious choice to protect and expand service even in lean times. From the government's perspective, the Silver Line is also about future-proofing the region. Lee pointed out that North Texas is on track to become the third largest metro area in the country within the next decade, which means infrastructure must keep pace with growth. She also noted that many newcomers are relocating from cities with well-developed transit systems, making it critical for Dallas-Fort Worth to meet similar expectations. In this way, the Silver Line positions the region not only to serve its current residents, but also to compete with other major U.S. and global cities. To build momentum and encourage public adoption, DART has also committed to offering free service on the Silver Line for its opening day and the first 2 weeks. By eliminating fare barriers at the start, the agency hopes to introduce the system to new riders and strengthen public confidence in its benefits. Passenger reactions to the Silver Line reveal a mix of cautious optimism and pointed frustration. Some riders noted that several of the planned stations are located in areas with stronger density than expected, which gives hope that the line could attract steady ridership if paired with reliable service. Others, however, expressed skepticism about DART's commitment to frequency, arguing that without shorter headways, the project risks falling short of its potential. A few commenters admitted confusion, mistaking DART for Delaware rather than Dallas, while others struck a more pragmatic tone, saying that even a train every hour is still an improvement over the current rush-hour-only service. Together, these comments highlight both the enthusiasm for expanded rail options and the lingering doubts about whether the service will be frequent enough to truly make a difference. In the eyes of government and agency leaders, the message is clear. Despite financial hurdles and decades of waiting, the Silver Line represents progress delivered. It signals a conscious decision to invest in growth, respond to the community, and build a more connected future. For officials, this line is not just another transit project, it is a promise kept and a foundation for the region's next era of mobility and development.
Track 1 westbound to the first ramp.
For years, the Purple Line has been the region's almost there project. Now, With vehicles on the guideway and systems in test, it's closer than ever to day one. Behind the scenes, engineers are checking signals, power, and performance. Quiet steps with big stakes. After so many delays, can this ambitious link finally hit its mark? Join us on Great Trainspeed to unpack the timeline. The Purple Line is a 16.2-mile light rail project in Maryland designed to make east-west trips across Washington, D.C.'s suburbs faster and simpler. When it opens, 21 stations, 10 in Montgomery County and 11 in Prince George's County, will link Bethesda, Silver Spring, Tacoma-Langley Park, College Park, and New Carrollton. Platforms run roughly 140 to 200 feet, larger than a bus stop, more compact than most Metro Rail stations, and equipped with shelters, seating, and ticket machines. Trains and stations are fully ADA compliant, with pedestrian and bike access built in to support a wider multimodal network. Unlike Metro Rail, the Purple Line is a standalone system operating mostly in dedicated lanes. The alignment is primarily at grade, with select viaducts and short tunnels to improve reliability and avoid conflicts. Smart corridor reuse is a hallmark of the design, including the former Georgetown branch of the B&O Railroad, now the Capitol Crescent Trail, and segments alongside the CSX Capitol subdivision. Connectivity is the headline feature. Riders will be able to transfer to DC Metro's red, green, and orange lines, to MARC and Amtrak, and to local buses. Station placements make those links straightforward. Bethesda and Silver Spring to the red line, College Park to the University of Maryland and the green line, New Carrollton to the orange line, MARC and Amtrak, and Tacoma-Langley Park serving a transit-dependent hub. The goal is clear: close long-standing service gaps, ease cross-county commutes, cut congestion, and offer a cleaner alternative to driving. Rolling stock is state-of-the-art. Overhead-powered light rail vehicles feature low floors for step-free boarding and quieter operation, thanks to specialized wheel profiles and sound-dampening skirts. Unveiled in July 2024, each 142-foot car, nearly half a football field, accommodates up to 430 riders, with about 80 seats, space for 8 bicycles, and up to 8 wheelchairs. Instead of coupled sets, the cars use a continuous interior to keep passenger flow smooth during busy periods. In the recent milestones, a newly built train, designed in Spain and assembled in New York, arrived at the operations and maintenance facility in September, and by December 2024, the first 7 light rail vehicles were on site in Maryland. Crews have since conducted an exclusive test ride to check systems and ride quality. What did the trial reveal, and what does it mean for riders in nearby communities? We'll break it down next. If this project grabs you, hit subscribe so you don't miss our great Trainspeed updates. A key milestone has been captured by a news outlet, the first documented test ride on Maryland's Purple Line, the 16.2-mile light rail link from Bethesda to New Carrollton. After years of construction and setbacks, cameras finally rolled on a new track, an on-the-ground look at a project still about 2 years from opening. The aim is simple: provide smooth east-west trips across the inner suburbs while linking with Metro at Bethesda, Silver Spring, College Park, and New Carrollton, so riders don't have to detour through downtown DC. This is really exciting to be on the light rail vehicle and testing the light rail vehicles, said Purple Line Project Director Ray Biggs. During cab runs, the train reached close to 50 miles per hour, offering an early sense of corridor travel times once in service. Live, on-track testing shifts the work from pure construction to real-world performance, validating systems, training operators, and making the path to opening more predictable. Let's recall the basics of the rolling stock. Each car is roughly 142 feet long and designed for about 400 riders, with a continuous interior to ease passenger flow. A fleet of more than 24 trains will support frequent service that ties directly into key metro stations. Fare integration remains a priority. Riders will be able to use Smart Trip and Charm Pass, keeping tap-and-go habits familiar. Connections to MARC, Amtrak, and local and regional buses are part of the plan. Operational testing now focuses on acceleration, braking, and speed profiles along different segments. While the 55-mile-per-hour top speed won't apply everywhere, maintaining higher speeds where appropriate will keep trips competitive with driving. On the civil works side, track installation in Prince George's County is complete. In Montgomery County, crews are advancing track work and the overhead power system, critical steps to expand dynamic testing across the full corridor. Because portions run in mixed traffic and cross busy intersections, trains are being integrated with roadside signals for priority at junctions. That communication helps clear intersections quickly and safely while keeping car traffic moving, a necessary balance for corridors shared by drivers, buses, cyclists, and pedestrians. With more testing ahead and final details to finalize, the target remains late 2027, delivering faster, more reliable east-west travel for the inner Maryland suburbs and stronger links to the region's wider network. So after all, what do riders and neighbors think about this big step for the Purple Line? Will it open on schedule or slip into another delay for U.S. Rail? Drop 1 if you think it stays on track, 0 if you're skeptical. We'd love to hear your take. Passenger sentiment around the Purple Line's latest milestone is overwhelmingly upbeat. Locals say they've been waiting since 2019 in places like New Carrollton, and the mood now is pure anticipation. Cannot wait. Looking forward to it. This is exciting. Several commenters even noted it's the most positive feedback they've seen for a government project in years, a small but meaningful shift in public trust. The enthusiasm isn't just local either. Viewers from Poland and Switzerland chimed in with encouragement, calling it a great project and hoping to see more like it across the United States. Many praised the teams on the ground. They are really enjoying what they do, and celebrated the broader trend of more light rail in America. Taken together, the comments read like a community exhale, relief that progress is visible, pride in the region's future, and a clear appetite for continuing the momentum beyond the Purple Line. If there's a common thread in the feedback, it's momentum. After years of starts and stops, real trains on real tracks signal that opening day is moving from concept to calendar. Keep going and build more like this. Show up again and again, not just as cheerleading, but as a call to carry lessons learned into the next corridor. That's why this milestone feels bigger than a test ride. It's a sign that the region is ready for a more connected, more convenient rail network, and people are eager to ride. Purple Line construction is pressing ahead, and for the next 2 months, a stretch of Sligo Creek Parkway will go quiet to traffic. It's a temporary headache, yes, but it's the service of something bigger. Crews will be laying light rail tracks and reshaping the parkway intersection, while Montgomery Parks adds safety touches, clearer signage, and sturdier guardrails that neighbors have long asked for. The good news for daily routines: the beloved trail along Sligo Creek stays open with signed detours to gently guide walkers, runners, and cyclists around the work zones. Of course, construction isn't just an inconvenience. For nearby shops and cafes, it can feel like a gut punch. Foot traffic can dip, detours can confuse, and every slow day stings. That's why the Maryland Department of Transportation's Small Business Grant Program matters so much right now. Starting October 6, eligible businesses can apply for direct relief up to $50,000 to keep the lights on and teams together. Payroll and health benefits, contract labor, rent or mortgage, supplier bills, equipment, working capital, utilities, and other real costs that keep a neighborhood's heartbeat steady are all covered. If you're a business owner along the corridor, don't wait. This is tangible help, a lifeline designed to bridge the toughest stretch of construction. And for residents, a little patience now pays off later. Safer streets, stronger connections, and a rail line that promises everyday reliability. In the short term, expect detours and slower drives. In the long term, expect pride. This is one of those messy, necessary chapters before the first train arrives and reminds us why we push through together. That wraps up today's journey. Thanks for riding along with us. Don't forget to subscribe so you're ready for the next departure. Until then, keep exploring and let your passion for trains keep rolling.